Some of the best ways to get your class going is to do mobility drills. Sometimes this can be a little bit different than you normally start class. So say if you're doing Pilates, you might start on the floor with spinal articulation, ab prep, and other things. But if you're doing a boot camp class, say barefoot boot camp, or you're doing a circuit class, kettlebell, boxing, you want to hit them with mobility first. Usually starting from the top to the bottom, or bottom to the top. I'm going to show you a few drills, starting with the shoulders. I'll show you 3 drills for each body part. So the first one's pretty basic. You can start, class comes in, have them start standing, you start to roll the shoulders. Basic cue. You're going to bring the shoulders all the way up to the ears and all the way down to the hips. If you got yogis in your class, you could say it's like moving Tadasana, right? Because I'm sliding my shoulders down the back. Or if you have Pilates peeps, you could say it's like scapular depression. If you got the athletic, meatball types, guys and girls, you can say shoulder pack. You can also reverse that. So that's one way to do that. Another way to do this would be taking it up a notch, but depending on who's in the class, is you can do the same thing, but then just add a little body wave, right? You can crack a little joke, like, hey, you can keep it nice and stiff, or you can add a little, roll like you're at the club. And then you can reverse it. The sequence of the movement starts from my feet, goes through my knees, my hips, spine, and then to the shoulders. So it should look sequential. You can also use this as a movement screener in class to see who can move well and who might need some more guidance. That's the second variation on the shoulder. The third one of my favorites because I like it because it's fluid and it hits all body parts. And if you were a pop blocker back in the day, I never was, but if you were a pop blocker back in the day, you can make a little pop blocking reference. So basically you're going to start shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist. And essentially you're making a wave. You're undulating, so to speak. This type of movement can be useful for a lot of things, battle ropes in particular. Right? If you're doing battle rope, that's the movement you're going to do. But I like this because it hits all body parts. You can add rotation to it. And you can also reverse this. This would be like if you were diving into a pool, you would dive or do a little dolphin. You can also take this to the club. You might get kicked out because they'd be like, what kind of weird dance is this? So wrist, elbow, shoulder, chest. So that's your shoulders. Then, basic, we can go to the elbows. Be nice and quick about it. These warm-ups should take 5 to 7 minutes because they're kind of dry, so you better have a good playlist and you better be entertaining. And tell them that they're helping their fascia. So you'll do this one, thumbs up everybody, and then you'll rotate, bring it in, roll it out. Rotate, bring it in, roll it out. If you want to hit them with the terminology, you can hit extension, rotation, flexion, right? And then you just reverse it. Like, that wasn't very good, so thumbs down to yourself, and then you roll it out. And then you're kind of getting the shoulders a little bit, but primarily the elbows. Feels good. Then from here, I work my way down. I'll give you 2 more for the elbows. So that's one variation. You can also do this one for the elbows. This is a good one. All right? Again, pop blocking. Or you can do a little combo move, which I like because it gets the elbows and the shoulders. Right? Kind of like your mama and papa paid for your private schooling, and they're sending you to ski school for the winter break. Just like that for 3, 2, and you should be about, if you do that quickly, you're probably about 90 seconds, maybe 120 seconds in the class. Then you take it to the hips, feet wide. Again, you're in a group class. You don't want to have a dry class. I mean, you could have a dry class, but why? As one of our teachers, Zeke Vincent, would say, why? You could have a dry class, but why? So hands on the hips, and you can say, don't look at your neighbor, and you just roll it out. And then people will giggle and laugh, and they will look. And then you can crack another joke, like, you could keep it stiff, but my professional advice is like relax the knees. The bigger the hip, the better the class. And then use reverse direction. You can talk about, fingers to the hips, painting a big circle. And then from here, I'll give you 2 more variations for the hips. I like just the old school forward, side, back. Forward, side, back. Cool? One more you can do for the hips that I like is Tai Chi knees. Is it is or are? I say is Tai Chi knees. So you can do this one direction, then another direction, and I'll give you a little bonus one at the end. So you can start with your hands close to the body. You'll bend the right knee, kind of like a skater lunge, and then you're going to rotate towards the knee. Okay, so knee bent, I'm going to rotate chest. Now this one's really nice because I'm kind of getting the hips in a different fashion. It actually feels really good because I can, see this one I can do for a while because I thoroughly enjoy it. But got no time, man, you got to do burpees. And then from here you can reverse it. So you can go towards the leg, bend the knee, and then rotate it. Towards the leg and rotate it. And then the bonus one, I'll do a couple more of these. These feel good. Tai Chi knees. Bonus one is you can add the arms. And this one feels good. I generally wouldn't do this in class because you might not get this. You may get something else, but it does feel good. Then moving on to the knees. Hands on the knees, not too much pressure, just a little bit. And you just circle it, right? You can get a little woo-wooey and say, send some love to the knees, reverse direction. You can also just say, you're releasing synovial fluid into the joints for the left brain types. It's good to hit all pockets. You could also stand like this and then circle out the knee. This is good because if they have, you put dumbbells in their hands or bring their hands over the head. Make it more mentally stimulating. And from here you can reverse to this one. You might find, for a yogi, this would be one-legged Tadasana. For fitness peeps, it would just be balancing on one leg. It's all good. Then I generally work my way towards the ankles. And this is actually one that people got to pay close attention to because a lot of times they'll do this and that's not quite the full range of motion. You actually got to try to hit north, east, south, west with the foot and then other direction. So you have to pay, you might go up to somebody and be like, hey, let me actually see it. Good time to interact with the student and then reverse direction. And then let's see if I have one more generally like. Oh, that feels nice. The last one is a funny one, but it's kind of like a roll. You can keep it basic, so you can go forward, side, back, side, and then just roll. This one's good, and again, you can be like, it's scientifically proven that this washes the joints with synovial fluid, so you're not twerking or anything yet. And then one good one too is for the chest, and it's kind of like a standing cat and cow. So if you have a yogi in your class, you can be like, this is very similar to a cat and cow, or Charlie's Angels, or James Bond, right? So you can interlock the fingers or keep them separate. I'll give you two versions. One version, keep the hands separate. You're going to exhale. So I'm letting my shoulders slide. I'm scooping the belly. And then as I inhale, I'm opening up the chest. Exhale. So this is good, right? Because it's a little more free. You can kind of make a little cat, cow, or you can interlock the fingers. This will give you a little more leverage. You can exhale. So you see the I forget what they call this when you shoot. It's like a particular stance, but James Bond, Charlie's Angels, inhale. Right, and then as I exhale again, just it gives you slightly a little more leverage around the elbows. Stand up. You should be about 5 minutes in, top to bottom. Give about 3 cues for everything, and then shake it out, and you're good to go.